Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about use of caching in a Python script. Ever have a script that keeps doing the same thing over and over again? Maybe it's fetching data from an API, processing a large file line by line, or calculating something that hasn't changed. That's a waste of time and computational resources. The good news is that Python has a built-in tool to fix this. That's LRU cache. Let me show you how it works. Let's say you're building a tool that sorts photos based on location. Each image has GPS coordinates and date time information, and you want to turn them into real place names. So you can call on APIs such as with OpenStreetMaps to get that information. But here's the problem. If you have thousands of photos, this function calls the API every time, even if you use the same location multiple times. That slows down your script and can even get you rate limited, which obviously isn't good. So instead of hitting the API every time, we can cache the results of previous calls. If we've already looked up the location, Python can remember that and instantly return the saved results. All we have to do is add the import statement and use the cache statement. All right, so here's a code example. I use the import statement to bring in LRU cache, and then the way you use it is you use an @ symbol, LRU cache, and for my function, this is get location, and I pass it the latitude and longitude from the metadata of the photo. And I'm using OpenStreetMap. It takes that, and hopefully if you get a 200 return code on the API, then you'll have a place name. Otherwise, you'll get unknown location. So for this sample, what I've got is the, I call it 3 times, and I've got different locations for the first 2, and then the last one is repeated. So when I run the program, what I get is, for the first one, it took 0.6 of a second, and for the second one, it took almost 1 second, but the third one, which is repeated, it only took 0.06 of a second. So what are some other uses for caching? File hash lookups, avoid recalculating the same hash. Database queries, reducing expensive lookups. Complex calculations, like converting between units. Image processing, avoiding redundant operations on identical images or sections of raster pixels. So if you find yourself repeating expensive operations in your Python code, caching can help you with the performance.